my name is Christian Chabanu. I'm the Policy and Advocacy Coordinator of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation and Project Coordinator of Reverse the Trend, Save Our People, Save Our Planet. I'm one of the coordinators who's spearheading this amazing delegation of youth to the ICAN Youth Summit, as well as activities in Nagasaki, all part of Reverse the Trend, Save Our People, Save Our Planet. So today, April 24th, RTT participants had the opportunity to meet with officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, where we talked about disarmament, non-proliferation education, as well as Japan's priorities regarding G7 and nuclear disarmament, non-proliferation in general. Overall, the meeting went well. We learned about Japan's positions on key disarmament affairs. Of course, and as many of you know this, Japan has not yet signed the TPNW, the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, and did not attend the first meeting of state parties. During our meeting, we conveyed the importance for Japan to support the TPNW, and we really hope that Japan will attend the second meeting of state parties to the TPNW, which will take place in late November in New York. So stay tuned for more updates, especially from many of our amazing youth participants and their thoughts and reflections about the meeting with the ministry. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Benedict Madison. I'm with Reverse the Trend as one of the youth participants for the G7 Youth Summit here in Hiroshima. I'm also an advisor for RTT. So earlier today I had the opportunity of joining my colleagues with the Reverse the Trend at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The officials from MOFA have mentioned the NPT as well as the CTBT treaties. I know that Japan has yet to sign and ratify the treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons, the TPNW. I think for me it is our last hope for abolishing nuclear weapons. It is my hope, as well as others, that Japan will support the TPNW treaty. And hopefully, as my colleague Christian had mentioned, that Japan will hopefully send a representative of theirs to attend the next meeting of state parties, which will take place later this year.
Hi, my name is Phoebe, and I am from Singapore. I am a RTT Youth Coordinator, and I'm really looking forward to the G7 to have meaningful dialogues and to understand each country's concern, and especially what youths are concerned about in this very chaotic world that we're currently going through. So I had the privilege to meet the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the nuclear disarmament issue and how the Japanese government is supporting and making efforts for G7 leaders to meet together and to discuss on these matters and make concrete plans and policies to move forward. My hope is that there will be more expansion on peace building and more efforts to give leadership opportunities to youth so that they can become the agent of change for the future that they wish to see.
Hello everyone, I'm Farhin Mashbika Malik. I'm from Bangladesh and I'm joining the G7 Youth Summit on behalf of RTT as a youth coordinator from Southeast and Southeast Asia. For me, I'm hoping to gain more knowledge about the nuclear disarmament and what young people around are thinking about it. And also, I'm looking forward to see that how nuclear disarmament and the humanitarian provisions connects together and can be worked further in future as well. Thank you.
Good morning from Hiroshima, Japan. This is Kenneth Chi. We're part of Reverse the Trend RTT. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee in the USA. And something I'm looking forward to at the G7 Summit is simply youth engagement and how to engage affected communities and make their voices heard, especially marginalized communities and victims of nuclear testing. Yesterday I had the opportunity to meet with the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where we talked about issues of nuclear disarmament, youth activism, and youth engagement. One key takeaway we had from the meeting was Japan's commitment to a world free of nuclear weapons, following pathways that they believe through the NPT and the CTBT as the best ways towards that. The TPNW, as mentioned by the Japanese, is not seen as something that's realistic and attainable right now, and hopefully with the G7 Youth Summit, we're able to shed some light onto the value of the TPNW and what it brings, especially in regards to humanitarian aid and environmental remediation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ale Rizvi. I am the New York Youth Coordinator for Reverse the Trend. So far it's been a day into this conference and it's been really valuable. We've had some great sessions. I'm really looking forward tomorrow to meet some of the survivors of the nuclear bombings and to explore Hiroshima City.
Hi, my name is MAVERICK. I'm part of the Reverse the Trend Pacific Youth Campaigner. I'm also from the Solomon Island, one of the island nation state in the Pacific, South Pacific. I'd like to thank Reverse the Trend to giving me this opportunity to represent Solomon Island youths in this G7 Youth Summit. I look forward to learn from stories, to learn from lesson learned shared by other organizations, individual young people that are passionate about ratification of TPNW, passionate about nuclear disarmament, and also passionate about making the world a safer place for all of us to live in.
Yorana, my name is Tamatoa Tipuhiari. I'm from Maohinui, also known as French Polynesia. I'm so happy to meet you guys. I'm working with Reverse the Trend in the Pacific chapter.
Yahweh, my name is Francine Anlanta Tulua. I am from the Marshall Islands, and what I hope to get from Japan is learning more from the Habakusha and their history, and learning how we can pass forward the history to our younger generations and empower them through their stories.
Hi, my name is PHOEBE. I'm from Singapore, and one key takeaway is in order to overcome hatred, we must help others.
Hi, I'm Farheen. I'm from Bangladesh. The one takeaway from today is that it's important to know how to forgive to move forward.
My name is Tamatoa Tipuhiari from Maohinui, French Polynesia. My key takeaway from today is the opportunity that we got to talk to the Governor of Hiroshima.
Yahweh, my name is Francine from the Marshall Islands. My key takeaway from today was being able to walk around the park and learn all the history.
Hello, my name is Christian Shabanu from the US, and my key takeaway from today's discussions is the importance of youth empowerment in creating a world free of nuclear weapons.
Thank you, Thomas. My name is MAVERICK from the Solomon Island. My key takeaway is it is important for us to tell story, tell the truth that can impact the lives of our people.
Hi, my name is Ale Rizvi from the US. One thing that particularly surprised me today was the emotional power that images and paintings can have on someone.
Hi, my name is Anastasia. I'm from the US, and my biggest takeaway from today was the surprising power of like-minded people coming together and inspiring each other for action.
Hi, my name is Benedict, representing the United States as well as the Pacific, the Marshall Islands. One key takeaway from today is the importance of sharing stories from affected communities, especially stories from Hibakusha, our elders, to ensure that their experiences continue with our generation as well as future generations.
Hi, I'm Kenneth Chu from the US. One key takeaway I had today was listening to the voices of the affected victims and hearing their stories, as well as attaching them to the objects that represent their histories.
I think my reflection for today is I learn what I want to learn instead of what other people want me to learn. Usually, what I learned from a textbook. But today I learned the real stories from the A-bomb victim, and also coming through the Peace Park. I can see a lot of country support the condemnation of the A-bomb and by donating different scriptures to this Peace Park.
This takeaway of today was the same takeaway I had when I visited the museum in Hiroshima. It reinforced the fact that images have power. We could read about statistics and facts from anywhere in the world, but when we see artifacts of what happened at those explosions, it makes it really personal and makes it an emotional experience seeing those things versus just reading facts and hearing statistics.
My biggest takeaway today from visiting the Nagasaki Peace Museum and walking around the Peace Park was the importance of coming to these places in person. There's nothing like seeing all the images right in front of you and feeling the place where events took place. And I think sometimes we think that because everything is accessible online, we can just watch videos and watch testimonies online, read facts, but coming in person and speaking to Hibakusha face to face, and then meeting our tour guide even, and being able to ask questions and seeing the responses live in front of you, and walking around this park and feeling the atmosphere that other people are feeling around you was really incredible. And a large part of that is the fact that when you're in person, you're able to feel emotions collectively with the group that you're with, and that was really incredible.
My biggest takeaway from today was when we were visiting the museum here in Nagasaki. I was really shocked when I saw, different risks or actions, or particularly talking about people who got cancers, people who suffered from the atomic bomb here in Nagasaki. So I didn't even see, and I didn't have the courage to see the species and even photos of people who got cancers, people who died, because I was thinking of my people in French Polynesia, how we don't even know the way that people are dying and the way the people are suffering or struggling with this atomic bomb, with nuclear testing over there. So yes, but it's still a great experience because it reflects on what kind of actions, what kind of museum we need to build in the Pacific regarding the nuclear testing that we got over there. Not only from French Polynesia, but also from Marshall Islands and from Kiribati. So thank you.
My biggest takeaway from today was being able to connect with the Hibakushas and exchange stories and history. It was really surprising to hear how similar our stories are, even though we're separated through the waters. A lot of the Pacific and Hibakushas are able to relate to each other from the impacts of nuclear weapons and warfare.
Today I had the opportunity to listen to 3 Hibakusha speak, as well as visit the Nagasaki Peace Memorial Museum and Park. And the message I had from today is that of resilience, seeing the Hibakusha speak about their trauma and also their experiences, showed the importance of sharing their stories, as well as their commitment to creating a world that was nuclear free and that no one else experiences the same ever again.
Today we had the opportunity to visit Nagasaki, and I learned a lot about what happened during the wartime period. I actually learned that the bomb, Fat Man, is a lot larger and uses different materials in comparison to Hiroshima. And I also learned that a lot of Hibakushas are actually actively still working to make sure that both sides of the war story is being told, and to tell the war story as an action that should never be conducted and should never be threatened upon. So I hope that I can convey this message to more youths and to encourage them to participate in peace building together.
Today we came to Nagasaki, the Peace Memorial Museum and Park, and over here coming and talking with the hibakushas, learning from them the incident that they have evident, and also knowing more about the situation during the A bombing time was very heart-touching. And for that we wish that soon the world can come up together to work more into the nuclear abolition. Thank you.
So I'm Asumi Imaoka, and I belong to the Nagasaki Youth Delegation, also Fridays for Future, or some group. And today I I participated in the workshop and discussion, but I didn't know about the Marshall Islands so much, and I felt like there must not be the difference between people depends on the place where we live. And also workshop with art. I did painting, but it's for first time for me to tell something with art. So actually I do singing, but I don't paint. I haven't painted, so it was kind of interesting, and I want to try again someday. As a message, for Japanese people, I want them to know about various people, not only hibakusha, but also many people who got bad effects by the war or nuclear weapon. For example, the people from other countries, but live in Japan when the war happening. And for the people who live in other countries, I just want them to come to Japan and see the out of historical place, atomic bomb attacked, and then just I want to discuss with many people. That's all. Thank you.
It was a great experience to spend time with people from the Pacific Islands. We had experienced the same sadness, and we share the same desire for the abolition of nuclear weapons.
Hi everyone. Today was a great day. RTT went to University of Nagasaki and we did 2 workshops with local youth. Some were from high schools and some were from university. And my biggest takeaway was just how receptive everybody was to speaking with us and engaging in our conversations. And I found a lot of the youth very inspiring. Many of them had never directly worked on nuclear disarmament, but some of them were part of peace groups and were doing a lot of really amazing actions in their high schools and universities.
My biggest takeaway from working with local Nagasaki youth today was that communication often transcends language. Things like mutual passion and activism and art are just as effective means of communication as language.
My biggest takeaway from this local meeting with youth from Nagasaki, it was really, interesting in teaching youth on nuclear justice, nuclear weapons, nuclear disarmament. I love teaching, I love sharing ideas, perspectives, and I love having conversations with kids, with children. Yeah, also notice that talking about nuclear disarmament nowadays in 2023, it's really, some of them knows, some of them don't even know. So that is a challenge. So as to raise awareness through education with the youth from all over the world.
One of my biggest takeaways is the workshop. It's really interactive and so powerful. It allows us to think ahead. If we solve the issue, what will be happening 10 years time, in 20 years time. And also the YouTube video that Benedict shows about one girl from Marshall Island. It really shows that time is running out, especially for us in the Pacific. Yeah, and we really need to act now. Even though we have so many dialogue, but action needs to happen. Yeah.
So one of my biggest takeaway from today is that I got to know that the young people of Nagasaki, they are very enthusiastic to work for the peace building process. Though they don't have ideas about the nuclear disarmament, yet they are very thirsty to know the knowledge more about it. And also the way they portray the world peace through their eyes, we have actually seen the artwork today.
My biggest takeaway today is to witness how Nagasaki youths convey their emotions about nuclear weapons. Language oftentimes can be a barrier, but because our workshop was conducted in a way that focuses on emotions and sensory perspectives, so it was more creative and more out of the box, where they can use what they know from where they are to find connection with people of diverse community, and I find that very value creating, and also a way to create lasting friendship despite our geological diversity.
My biggest takeaway from today was being able to connect with the youth and helping each other understand the perspective of the Marshallese as well as those in the Pacific, and being able to come together and teach others through art about peace, love, and unity.
My biggest takeaway was actually listening to Tamatoa speak about the power of action from the bottom up, and how that is how youth can engage and make change in the world, particularly on issues of educating the youth and sharing the stories of the affected communities that they're in, and also listening to stories of other affected communities in Hibakusha.
My biggest takeaway today was our meeting with the Governor of Nagasaki. I emphasized the importance of using artwork in order to convey or share our messages about how we feel or think about the issues of climate and nuclear. The governor agreed that using artwork as a medium to get across our message to the world is a great way to spread the message about peace and to educate the world about the impact of nuclear weapons on our communities.
My biggest takeaway was just how important the arts, just how important it is to engage with young people through the arts. It's something that we strive for through Reverse the Trends activities and initiatives with the Marshallese Education Initiative. And now we have a really great set of paintings which will be shown hopefully at both the NPT PrepCon in Vienna and at the second meeting of state parties, in order to convey how young people feel about both international peace and nuclear disarmament.